Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to start off 7.1 MSQ. And I'm gonna go ahead and check my audio again because I changed stuff again before stream. Yep, sounds good. We start off the 7.1 MSQ over here at Bulwaruk. How you doing? A royal invitation. Well, hopefully she doesn't want us to join the council again or whatever she wanted us to do. Bulwaruk is eager to hear how you've been getting on. Oh yeah, so from what I've heard, 7.1 MSQ is kinda more of the same in terms of quality, but then 7.2 they figured out how to write a story again, so that's a bit harsh, but the quality significantly improves with 7.2. But we gotta get through 7.1 first. It is a pleasure as always, Brilliant. Have you been able to relax lately? Sorry, I don't do that. Wonderful. As busy as you've been, with the right of succession among other things, you deserve an opportunity to experience Tuliolol at a more leisurely pace. Again, I don't do that. Sampling the tacos at Zabalyev Thai is one such thing to do. They're made the traditional way and laden with fillings and are absolutely sublime. If you have an empty stomach, the owner FFXIV will look after you. Haven't we done a bunch of stuff with him already? Oh well, I guess if you hadn't done all of the role quests, you wouldn't have been through there, but we finished all of those last time. I guess let's head over there. That's kind of a weird way to start it, but okay. I'm going to try not to be quite as negative as I was during the main MSQ, because I honestly got tired of myself complaining the whole time. I mean, I understand why I crashed out in, like, Heritage Found section. I still agree that I still agree with all of my complaints that I had about that section. But it did get old just hearing myself complain about the same things constantly. So I'm going to try not to do that quite as much on this. Anyway, let's go and talk to FFXIV. Well, if it isn't Brilliant. Alone today, are you? I see. If you have a hankering for tacos, then they're on the house. Consider it a token of gratitude for your help tracking down those treasures. Right, so the role quests aren't required. So I guess that's bonus dialogue if you've done any of them? Because obviously I've done all of them, but I guess it wouldn't be more than treasures. I guess it wouldn't be plural unless you completed more than one. I'll want to look that up later. Go ahead and find a table. I'll bring you your meal as soon as it's ready. Well, I suspect Wilklamot's gonna walk up and, like, interrupt our mealtime. But I mean, we're kind of used to getting interrupted every time we try and sleep or eat. Oh my. You still love tacos, I hope. You ate so many when you turned 5. You could barely move afterwards, remember that. Gregarious man. No, not really. That was 30 years ago for me. Right, sorry. It's still strange for me, too. Just the other day, you were a little boy, clinging to your mother's skirt as you set off for Yasolani. And now you're a man grown with a face full of hair. Right, okay, so this is obviously like his dad or something, and then this is his son. Even so, I knew you were my son the instant I saw you. We're still family, and you can always rely on me. Of course they look exactly the same. They have the same hair model with the same face. Relying. That feels like the only thing I'm doing right now. On you and everyone else. I can't even start a fire without assistance at my new job. Back in Alexandria, we had Electrope. If I needed fire, all I had to do was press a button. Everything was at our fingertips. But here I'm helpless. A culinarian who can't even light the stove. The way others in the kitchen stared at me. Gods, I'd never felt so embarrassed. I'm sorry to hear that. I'd been told the tales, but it seems life is really different without the dome. It seems life is really different within the dome. My wife and children. I was thinking I'd have them join me once things had settled, but at this rate. I say you send for them. If they're your family, then they're mine too. I'd do whatever's necessary to make it work. That's nice. And there she is. I didn't mean to overhear, but it seems you're having trouble readjusting to life in Tuliodal. Valwok Lamont! To aid folks like yourself, we've established a support group at the Wing of Reflection. There you can learn the skills you need to live outside the dome. Well, that's actually a pretty good idea. Sounds like something Koana would think of. It's Kona. I pronounced it Koana throughout the entirety, almost the entirety of MSQ. And then in like the very end, they just started calling him Kona, and I swear they didn't call him that at the beginning. It isn't easy being back, I know, but I'm hopeful that they can make things easier. That's exactly what I need. I'll definitely seek this group out, and I'll bring my family with me. Thank you. Oh, look who it is. I was just about to go and find you, Brilliant. You don't mind the company, I hope. I could use a bite to eat myself. As long as you're paying. I mean, these tacos were free, so I'm definitely not paying for yours. Besides, aren't you like king, queen? I hope she has an extra large plate of tacos. That'd be really funny. Nope, they just skipped it all. Ah, the tacos here never disappoint. Well, unless you go to Aunt T's Tacos. So, what have you been up to lately? I've been exploring Troll with my trusty alpaca. Do these change depending on what you've done? Okay, so, I've been catching on about some sleep. I've been helping out at Watcher Wakimeki. Okay, obviously that. I've been working on recovering some solar artifacts. Okay, so Watcher Wakimeki deliveries, the role quests, and obviously the Arcadian. Let's go ahead and do the Arcadian. That's one of the reasons I like to do as much of the content as I can before I do these quests, because it always adds extra dialogue like this. You're fighting in the arena in Alexandria? By facing off against tough opponents, I'd wager you've honed your skills even further. As for myself, I'm being kept busy with duties at the palace, except when I'm wandering around listening in on people's conversations. You know, like she was doing earlier. But whenever I find a moment, I like to walk the streets and talk to people. Actually, that actually sounds exactly like what she would do. Never mind. I'm doing the complaining thing again. That way, I can better understand the problems they have, and share them with Kona and figure out solutions. Yeah, because he's the one who can think. And she's the first one to admit that. I was on such a walk just now. As I mentioned, I was hoping to find you. Kona and I have something we want to discuss with you, as Dawn servants. Do you have time to come to the palace? Well, I mean, I can't say no, so... Great, I'll go on ahead. Please come and join us once you've finished here. Well, I'm done with my food, so I guess I can head up there. Alright, let's head on up to the palace. Looks like the closest one is up the stairs right here. Actually, it might have been faster to go up the other set of stairs. Whatever. We'll get there eventually. It's not like this place is hard to navigate. Actually, no, it has a little bit of a weird layout. But that's by the nature of the fact that it's built on a hill and you have to go zigzag your way up. At least they have a nice at least they were nice enough to put an aetheryte up at the top of it. Head through the papa-sized doors. You know, there's supposed to be guards guarding this place, but I guess they recognize that, you know, we're the, like, heroes of everything, so they're not really gonna bar our entry. Alright, should be some sparkles over here. Oh, no, there she is. Let's go and talk to Wuklamont first. We'll talk to the Landsguard, the Gatekeeper. It seems Kona's gone somewhere. Sorry. Mr. Spurlian, it's always an honor. Val Kona has stepped away to attend to a pressing matter, but he should join you within before long. Enter Sun Perch, yes. I suspect this will be voiced. Let's see if I'm right. Actually, the music cut out, so maybe not. It seems like it should be the opposite way, but whatever. Oh no, there's the music. Oh, you're all here too. Valkona summoned us, though if truth be told, Alfred and I have been seeing him quite regularly of late. Of course they would. The nerds gather together. He asked us to share our knowledge of Honish culture, you see, in hopes of further strengthening your alliance. We are of course happy to oblige him. Kryl and I were likewise summoned. Otherwise, we've been carrying on with our work, compiling information on the Golden City. My grandfather embarked on his investigation 20 years ago. With our report, we shall finish what he started. Lest you wonder, Thancred and Urianger have left to resume their tour of Tyrol, on their great bromance. Best friends. Y'shtolo, meanwhile, is probably doing something nerdy. I don't know exactly what it is, though. Y'shtolo, meanwhile, is back to researching cross-rift travel. Of course she is. She gotta go see, what's his name again? I can picture him. Renar. She gotta go visit Renar again. She was here just a few days ago to get Kona's permission to investigate living memory. By the way, she mentioned wanting to take a look at the key in your keeping at some point. Key in your keeping. Of course she wants to take a look at it. If the look she had in her eye was any indication, I suggest you brace yourself for when she comes calling. You'd like to be stuck with her for a while. That doesn't sound like a problem. As for Estinian, we know neither where he is nor what he's doing. We'll just send Kryl out there. She'll find him. That Beldizian woman. Some things never change. Yes, little lord. Ah, there he is. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. We took advantage of the time to catch up. So, what can we do for you? Hopefully present company is enough for whatever it is you need. Actually, the matter of which I've summoned you pertains to Alexandria. Gee, really? A state funeral will soon be held in Solution 9 to mourn the passing of Queen Sphene. King Glulja and his administration have invited us to attend. Oh, okay. King Glulja. I mean, he's technically the king. While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yoselani, I see no reason not to attend. For generations, the Alexandrians lived without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to have funeral rites still. Yeah, I mean, there's literally, I think it's one of the Aether Current quests, where you go to a graveyard, and, nobody knows what the tombstones are even for, except this one guy. And like because everyone else is just like, what is death? And he's like the only one maintaining them. Apparently, the members of Oblivion unearthed records of ceremonies that were conducted in Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the queen be thus honored, even if all this was her own fault. I will complain about that, because that's like the stupidest part of the entire story. Leave it to that lot to think of such things. The people of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the ideas of death for the first time. I suspect our friends wanted to do something for them. Though Sphene was but a simulacrum, I can remember as simulacrum. There's a way to pronounce this, but I forget how you do it. She was nonetheless a pillar for her people. The pain of her passing must run deep. Indeed, a funeral will give Alexandrians the chance to come together to express their grief, and they might overcome it. I wasn't sure at first, but I've decided to go, not only to be there for Galulja, but to put this chapter behind us. That I requested your presence was none other than to see if you wish to attend the funeral. You knew Sphene as well, after all. Except I don't think Alphanode met her. Oh no, she did. He did. When we went in and fought, he met her. I think I should go too. Well, like, was there a question of you not going? Like, really? Sometimes I wonder if there wasn't another way. Oh no, there wasn't. She was. That would be inappropriate. No, bro, just go too. What are you talking about? Because you considered yourself responsible for her demise, I take it. But that's not a burden you bear alone. Okay, I guess that dialogue works for any of those cases. Except it kind of doesn't make sense when you say, I think I should go too. Or did I read it wrong? Here's my idea. As Val, I'll attend the funeral as a representative of Tuliolol. Meanwhile, you can go in a personal capacity and watch over the people as they mourn. I mean, I guess from their eyes, we just kind of killed their queen, and like got rid of their immortality and introduced them to death. So, I can see how they might be resentful of us, because it's gonna be pretty hard to explain to them how their queen was the baddie and was actually the real baddie here. I feel the rest of us should go too. Regardless of the reason, the fact remains that we deprived Alexandria of their beloved ruler. It's only right that we remember who Sphene was, to her people and to others. So let us stand with you. Then it's decided. Let's head to Solution 9 and look for Galulja in the back room. Which is very different from the back rooms. Was Kona gonna say something else? Or are we gonna have a convenient migraine? So they did a kind of a... Oh, okay, crossroads. Alright, that's what this patch is called. I don't know how we're gonna be standing at a crossroads. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm gonna try and get through... the dungeon. Just how there's a dungeon for this quest. Let's go and talk to Kona, and I guess let's head on over to the back room. Though I too would ideally attend the funeral, given the circumstances, I think it's best that Lama Chi represents us. Yeah, I mean, she's the one that actually, like, talked and worked with Sphene. Besides, I need to be on hand to oversee the city's repairs, which is taking longer than expected. When the work is complete, we will finally look into installing new thrones. Oh right, that's right, because they broke what's his name again? Zoraljad destroyed it. But to have Father's throne here still, it makes me feel he is close by. I'm quite happy for it to remain for a while. Yeah, I forgot that he slashed the throne like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and teleport over to Solution 9. And head over to the back room. Which is, again, not the back rooms. They are very different. Alright, let's teleport over to the east side here. By the neon stain. I don't know. It's the recreation zone, obviously. Yeah, neon stein. That makes more sense. Alright, Tassos, take me to the back rooms. Actually, no, please don't do that. You head into the back room? Yes, I am. Let's go and talk to Shale first and then Gulja. Glad to see the invitation reached you. As you may have heard, we were able to find data on forgotten funeral customs amidst old records. It appears to have been... Wait, is this... Okay, yeah. I remember there was some weird case where in one of the quests you could talk to Shale for extra dialogue, and then for some reason you could still move around. And that's the only time I've been able to... that's the only time I've noticed that in any other time when you talk to an NPC. It appears to have been preserved by those who ruled the law... It appears to have been preserved by those who rued the loss of culture due to the proliferation of regulators. We're grateful for their foresight. Yes, we are. Anyway, Gulja, how you doing? Being cute like usual? Ah, you came to the funeral. Of course. I'm the only one who will officially take part, though. The others will watch over the proceedings. So how have you been? It's been a while since my last visit. I'm good. Shale is always teaching me new things. Recently, I've learned about Everkeep's systems and the mechanical soldiers. It's knowledge I'll need to use my authority properly. Studious as always, I see. By way of a treat, I've brought you gâteau au chocolat. It's a kind of cake. I think you'll like it. Thank you, Lama Chi, and thank you for coming. I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you here. Out of curiosity, what's the custom in Alexandria? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here, according to the records. Flowers will be distributed to all attendees. Considering all the worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may well share the same ancient origins. Fascinating, wouldn't you say? Okay, nerd. Alright, let's go ahead and grab probably the gill. Tenacity, really. I'm not gonna eat tenacity. I actually have some of these in my inventory right now, so maybe I will just use those. I mean, direct hit, vitality, and determination is gonna be better than anything that has tenacity. And then that's healer food. Since I already have these, I'll go ahead and do those. Maybe I'll use one of them for the dungeon. Okay, cool. It's adding some of the stuff to the Unending Codex. I saw that it was gonna do that. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to everyone, and then talk to Gulja. It's a relief to see Gulja is doing well. He's been through too much for one so young. From a group that plotted to undermine a tyrant king from the shadows, to one that aids their fellow citizens in the open, Oblivion has come a long way. For the people to take it upon themselves to organize and hold a funeral. For the people to take it on themselves to organize and hold the funeral. It speaks to their enduring love for Sphene. Well, that was very clear, like, during the quests. While we proposed the funeral, the royal administration took on the brunt of the planning. One of their number can better explain what the ceremony will entail. Although I've been in the back room before, there was no time to see the sights. I should like to take a closer look at the equipment, of course you would. Papa always said he didn't want a somber funeral, so we celebrated his life together with our victory. I'm sure he would have loved it. I'm sure he would have. I'd like to think he was watching us from the world beyond, filling his cup every time we filled our own. How nice. Alright, Ghouljaw, what have we got? Alexandria mourns. Ghouljaw wishes to go and collect his flowers for the funeral. The flowers were being handed out at Praxis Park. I'm thinking of heading over there now. I need to adjust his voice slightly. I want to do something a little different than that. Because I'm remembering how his voice sounded during MSQ, but that's not the voice that I'm doing now. We'll join you. There's a man I would like to speak with. Gosan. He was apparently Sven's aide, and one who sent us the invitation. Oh, okay. Come on, let's go. And apparently Shale's just gonna stay behind. Yeah, look, why can I only do this with Shale? And it's like, this is the same scenario that I had before. This is the only time I've seen this. Anyway. While you proposed the funeral, the royal administration took the brunt of— yeah, that's what she said before. Alright, let's head exit solution 9. And head on over and help get our flowers. Or I guess he's gonna get his flowers. Now, where is Praxis Park? Up to the north? Yeah, okay. We'll take the Aetheryte over there. Yeah, over by the administration building. And Resolution, it was called, right? Yeah. There they are. And there's Gosan. Had we met him before? Anyway, let's go and talk to everyone again. Buklamot's attendance will surely help strengthen relations between the two nations. I get the strong impression that Abuthuliolol and Alexandria wish to put this tragic past behind them. It makes sense that Sven had loyal aides such as Gosan, given how much time she dedicated to walking among her people. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have time to do anything else. You know, to actually do her job. Actually, you could argue going around and talking to people is part of her job. While it appears souls are still being issued, supply must be limited now that they're no longer being harvested. The grim faces in the queue tell the tale. Judging from all the activity, I presume the funeral will be held here. Right. It's definitely not the regular administration stuff that goes on around here all the time. All correspondence was being handled by the Wing of Reflection, so this is my first time speaking with Gosan. Here he is, Gosan. That's something right. That's doing more of a female kid voice. I want more of a boyish voice. That means I probably need to just go a little bit deeper. Here he is, Gosan. That's slightly better, but still not really what I want. Yeah, just a second. Let me adjust something. Okay. Why, you're— Yes, I am. I'm Val Wuklamot of Tuliolol. Thank you for extending us an invitation to Queen Sven's funeral. We are honored, truly. I had seen you before from a distance, but never had the pleasure. I am Gosan, former chief aide of the Queen. Since her passing, I've been responsible for administering affairs of state. Well, yeah, I mean, Ghouljaw's a bit too young to be doing the, like, big work. Can we get our flowers here? Okay, that's a little bit closer to the voice I'm going for. Yes, Your Majesty. The flowers are being handed out at the counter yonder, alongside the regulators. What? We need to wear regulators for the funeral? I mean, that's a good— yeah, that's a bit weird. Ah, rest assured. They are not a requirement. We are aware your people do not use them. You see, people in Alexandria of old wore tokens of mourning upon their persons when attending funerals. As such tokens were black. It was suggested that we might wear regulators painted to the same color. Interesting, okay? We've yet to produce enough for everyone, but we're distributing them as we are able. I see. Yet regular or no, the important thing is that we remember Queen Sphene. Remember her and her kindness and her foolishness about her entire philosophy on life, which I'm still going to complain about, as you make an offering of your flower. I will. The proceedings will soon begin in this plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower. So is this going to go off without a hitch, or is there going to be some, like, people that want to, like, riot and kill Wooklamad and us? I'm sure there would be plenty of wailing and crying and sadness and stuff, but... Oh, okay. Ah, it's going to be her flower, okay. Didn't she have a flower in her hair or something? Also, why is there only 3 outfits for this entire thing? That's a bit weird.
Although we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands. Some were born and raised in the Alexandria of old, while others came to us from Tuliolal. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born. The only home that our younger generation knows. How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived. We thrived because Queen Sphene brought us together. Inspired and encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better, for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is a sadness beyond words. Yet we must. We will remember her. Remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed. And let us keep our beloved Queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us unto the morrow. Would that I could find solace in my own words.
That's understandable. I feel like I've seen that flower before. It's obviously not Elpis flower, right? Gonna need a bigger table if everyone's gonna be putting a flower there. Well, that's cool, putting the flowers on the aetheryte crystal there. I guess it's not actually the aetheryte, though.
Was Queen Sphene taken to the cloud?
Well,
She must have been. To still remember her is strange, isn't it, darling?
I mean, yeah, they gotta figure this out. How do you explain this to the kids?
She would always cheer me up when I was down.
You gotta explain it to the adults, too.
But even though I remember her, I'll never see her again. That doesn't make sense.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid.
But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
Unfortunately, that's how it works, kid. Oh, Lena.
What will happen indeed? Everything that we have, we owe to Queen Sphene. How are we to go on without her?
I still remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Perhaps we should also consider moving to Tuliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
Yeah, all these people are gonna have to reckon with death and come to terms with how it went lost and everything.
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yokui. To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sphene, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
But we still won't be able to see her, right? I don't want to think about that. I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
I mean, that's how some people cope with loss.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit. As expected, they struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True. But with that at least, we're not powerless to help. What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead?
Now, that's a good question.
I remember my father, and every time I think of him, it hurts. It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad.
Right, we never actually talked about his mother at all.
I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Guloja.
Why don't we continue this somewhere else?
Probably a good idea. Besides, this cutscene's getting a bit long. So who are these? Are these people important? Or is it just zooming in on the regulator? Okay, just zooming in on the regulator. Alright, let's go and talk to everyone, and then talk to Pokemon. I think it's the next one, the quest? Not the quest, the, yeah, the next one is the dungeon quest, okay. That's very quick. Let's go and talk to everyone. Seeing that child reminded me of myself. How hard it was for me to accept that grandfather was gone. But that sadness is what gave me the strength to come this far, and I would never choose to forget it. Never. I hope the altar can provide comfort to those who need it. This seems a good place to continue our conversation. Simply leaving Alexandria won't solve all their problems, I fear. The problem runs deeper than that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up. No, I mean, that's a good thing to talk about, besides you're a kid. Like, that's the kind of stuff that, like, adults just, like, what am I trying to say here? It's an important question to ask, but most people just avoid it because it's hard to answer, if there even is an answer at all. Hey, Gulja, do you really know nothing about your mother? Ah, here we go. She'll search the system for information on residents, but the only mumbled jobs she found listed were my father and me. Even if she died and was erased from people's memories, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Well, that you're here means she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way about it. Perhaps we should try looking again. Do you want to know your mother? Maybe. It's hard to explain. I'm not sad, but I feel like I'm missing something. So even if it makes me sad, I want to know my mother. I see. Well, if that's what you want. Then I'll help you. I'd like to help as well, and I believe I speak for the others too. Oh, why are you all volunteering me on this, Kryl? I never said anything, well, except for that stoic nod I just did. But I can't bother you with this. You already came to the funeral. Well, I don't have anything better to do, so. We came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to leave just yet. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we're bound to learn about your father as well. Well, that's a good point. By retracing the steps this man who kept his counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. Alright, thank you everyone. Alexandria mourns. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to everyone again, and then we'll start this quest and get to the beginning of the dungeon, and I'll probably take a quick break before we actually do the dungeon. If no records remain of Gulja's mother, then where do we begin our search? Why don't we ask around? You know, question the locals like usual. I understand all too well Gulja's desire. For the longest time, I found my own father's action inexplicable. If this is what Gulja wants, then I'll help him however I can. After all, we're family. Yeah. I guess, yeah, they are family, never mind. So I'm just gonna be like, oh, why? Are you just adding another family member? But no. Her brother is her father. Like, she ain't Wookalamat. Take a quick drink. We might learn more about Father, too. I hadn't thought of that. I can very much relate to his feelings. I pray Gulja finds what he seeks, yeah, because we found her parents in this journey. In search of the past, that's the dungeon quest, right? Yes, it is. Grahatia has an idea on how you may proceed with your investigation. Assuming neither memories nor records of Gulja's mother remains, we must cast as wide a net as possible. I suggest we split into groups, of course. Brilliant. If you can make inquiries outside and in the outskirts, the rest of us will do the same in Solution 9. Alright, now where are we? Oh, okay, we're over here. I guess the closest Aetheryte is over here. And then we'll head on out to the outskirts, you know, and question the locals, just like I said we'd do. I do wonder, like, how people are going to remember another Mumbled Jaw if she got erased from their memories. Well, we'll see. Because I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know if we actually find her mother, his mother or not, Gulja's mother. Alright, let's check out the convenient orange circle, see if we can find anyone to talk to. Let's see... There's someone. Middle-aged Tanawatan. Sorry, but I've never heard of a Mumblejaw woman living in these parts, much less one connected to Zoralja. You might have better luck talking to the people over on a Tonawatan settlement to the north of Everkeep, in a place called Yoa. Okay, I know I always get these names messed up, but I'm just gonna skip that one. The resilient son won their lottery, won their loyalty when he saved them from some crisis or another, or so the story goes. If I remember correctly, their chief's name was Kaniloka. Your exchange with the Middle Eastern Tonawatan has taught you about Zoralja's devoted. Interesting, okay. Seems like we probably should have been told about some of these, like, you know, devoted people during the story. Okay, where is anyone else? Am I just blind? Oh, there's another person. Fresh-faced Tonawata. You're looking for a Mumblejaw woman? Oh, Gulja's mother. I can't help you there, I'm afraid. I only know a little about Zoralja, and they're only what my father told me. He said that before the dome cut us off from the outside world, a troll Verdral had appeared and was terrorizing the region. In response, Zoralja assembled a party of warriors, and with them confronted and felled the beast. Well, that's technically correct, seeing as we were there and we were one of the warriors. It was interesting to hear of the king's feat in the past. In exchange, you learned about the French Tonawata, has taught you about a battle with the troll Verdral. Yep, that we were there. Yes, we were one of those warriors. Now then, there's the last one. Chadi Shatona. Hello, madam. Are you free later? I mean, a Mumblejaw woman. Their people have never been common sight around here. Why, the last time I saw one would have been before the dome came down over our heads. She was among an entourage of Landsguard that was dispatched here. I assume they all returned to Tuliolol after their mission. Oh, okay, is it gonna be one of the Landsguard people? Is it just gonna be some no-name Landsguard woman? But if Yenny remained, I suppose they could have been trapped in here with the rest of us. Your exchange with the Chatty Shatona has taught you about a Mumblejaw woman. Well, that's what we were looking for. Now then, where are we supposed to go? Oh, we're supposed to head back to the back room. Okay. Let's just teleport into Solution 9. Speed things up a little bit. Teleport on over to the back room. And I'm not going to make the back rooms joke for the 4th, 5th time in this video. This stream. Alright. Tassos, I'm back. Yes, I want to go to the back room. It's gonna take all my willpower not to say back rooms. While I failed to learn anything directly related to Gulja's mother, I did find information which may shed some light upon Zoralja. Mama Chi didn't seem to have much luck. How did you fare? Well, she's gonna tell me that she didn't have much luck, right? I'm sorry, but I couldn't find anything useful. None of the people I questioned had heard of a Mobblejaw woman before. Solution 9 is vast indeed. Even with the teleporters, we could cover but a small portion of it. Zoraljah rarely made public appearances, so the people had no idea how he spent most of his life. Yet I believe therein lies the key to the answers we seek. Ah, you're back too. I told Shale all about your research. All about your search. Okay, I can't move on this one. Zoraljah has told me all. We previously tried to track down records of his mother, but came up empty-handed. Try and look for a Landsguard patrol. With everyone's help, hopefully we can get somewhere this time. Alright, here's my pieces of information that I scrawled down. Ah, so you spoke with quite a few different people as well. Let's combine all our findings and see what conclusions we might draw. So, Zoraljah brought a retinue of Landsguard to Yassilani, among whom was a female Mobblejaw. His mission was to rid the region of a troll withdrawal, and I believe it's safe to say that that was the crisis in Oh, okay, it wasn't the Warlord Zardor or whatever it's called. Well, that's the dungeon name, I think. I forget what the trial is called. Or Corridor Door? I think that's what it's called. If some of his troops stuck around for a time, perhaps to assist the villagers with the recovery efforts, then they could have indeed gotten trapped in the dome. We also heard stories about the settlement in Yawata. People lived there until nearly a decade ago, and Zoraljah made regular visits. Ah, interesting. For a person who doesn't go out and make very many public appearances, it's kind of odd for him to be making a public appearance in a single place multiple times. If he required secrecy, a location home to his most loyal followers would be ideal. And if this Mobblejaw woman had remained there, they may have had occasion to come in contact. I see. But what could Zoraljah have been doing in that village? I wonder what he could have been doing, Shale. Well, we got Zoraljah standing over here. I wonder. I think we can answer that question. And then they all turn and look at Zoraljah. No. In order to retrace Zoraljah's steps, Raha and I spoke with a researcher who worked at Origenics. He said that, approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Everkeep, per the King's direct orders. This is the first I've heard of such a facility. Only Vanguard was believed to have been under the King's jurisdiction. It was apparently being used to develop a new kind of weapon, of course it was. But I'm afraid that was all we could learn. It's plenty to go on. Even if the work there was classified, any materials and equipment needed would have been manufactured within Everkeep. So if we look into transportation records... There it is. The routes are full of detours and attempts at obfuscation, but large deliveries were made to Yawata, far too large for a mere village. There hasn't been any activity for years, though. It's likely the facility has been decommissioned. Well, considering they said that people hadn't been living there for 10 years, it kind of makes sense. Do you think that's where my mother was? We can't say for certain just yet, but I reckon there's a good chance. Also, they said north of Everkeep. There's nothing north of Everkeep, according to the map. This is amazing! Even though no one remembers her, you managed to figure all of this out. Each piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when we put several together, a picture begins to form. And even should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the path of those who walked before. A lesson I learned in another life, how nice. Okay, Grandpa Tia. So we'll be investigating this secretive facility in Yawata, then. This time, I want you to come along, Gulja. Well, Clement, we're gonna be doing a dungeon. I think it's gonna be a little dangerous for him. Yawata is on the other side of the lake. Okay, well, I guess that's why it's not on the map. To get there, you'll need to take a hover cargo from the Drift Downs. Alright, thank you, Shale. I guess that's where the dungeon's gonna be. Over by the Drift Downs. Isn't that where we entered Everkeep Dungeon? Alright, talk to Shale, see if I can move around again. No, I can't, not this time. Make your way to the Drift Downs. Make your way to the Drift Downs when you're ready. Kiluwasa will have a hover cargo ready for you. Alright, let's head on over there, and that probably will unlock the dungeon, and then we'll go ahead and take a quick break. Because it's been about an hour, and then the dungeon's probably going to take a good, like, 20-30 minutes, especially since I do it with NPCs. It's probably going to take, like, 30 minutes. Okay, Drift Downs are over there. Yes, yeah, that's where we entered Everkeep. Let's fly on over there. I'm really glad I go and unlock flying on it after, well, I guess of course I'm going to go unlock flying. Why wouldn't I? You can get majority of the Aether Currents as you do the MSQ, and then you just gotta clean up the rest of them once you're done with the zone. Isn't this where that blind bun girl was? Yeah, her over there, Tepu. Or Tepu, or whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to everyone, and then Gulja. Weapons developed in secret with the aid of devoted followers. Nothing good will come of this. Well, it was involved Zeralja, so of course nothing good is going to come from it. The settlement on the outskirts. That was originally Tanawatan as well, yes? I wonder if Yawata is similar to that. Well, the researchers we spoke with remembered that he had colleagues. He couldn't recall details about any specific individuals. Not their names, nor what they were like. I mean, can't he just expunge anyone from people's memories? It seems like something he can do, but I guess that would be in the database or whatever, right? Also, yeah, there's nothing north of Everkeep, so they're just decided, let's come up with a place that doesn't exist. Oh, okay, I'm complaining again. Never mind. Someone would have noticed if Zeralja traveled from the Drift Downs. I expect he utilized a flying device. Okay, nerd. We've seen how much has changed. For the part of Yuslani that's on this side of the dome. I wonder what it's like on the other. It's a nice visual. So the hover cargo will take us across the lake. Oh, that's the wrong accent. So the hover cargo will take us across the lake? I've never been over there before. It's still inside the dome, so I don't expect that's the Indian accent, not the Wukalaban accent. It's still inside the dome. That's still the Indian accent. It's still inside the dome, so I don't expect it'll be too different from here. We'll likely encounter dangerous beasts, so the rest of us will go first. You follow when it's safe to do so, alright? Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. Like, we're gonna have to do a dungeon first. Alright, be careful, everyone. Yawata field station unlocked. Alright, let's go ahead and take a quick break before the dungeon, and then we'll go ahead and head into the field station. See what we need to do. Or, well, obviously we know what to do. And see if we can find anything about, Kulja's mother. Anyway, time to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. All right. Let's get back to it. Go ahead, do the field station. So for this, obviously, I'm gonna be a tank, but let's see what party we should do. Alize always steals LB, so I think I prefer Cryle. Anyway, Cryle's better anyway. And then do I want Alphinaud to heal? Or Growl? I mean, I want to play with Growlhop, but I think Alphinaud would probably be a better healer in this case. Anyway, let's go ahead and start up. Yawata Field Station. Oh, I need to remember to actually eat some food. I'll do that when we get in there. He looks friendly. Zektrol. Yawata Field Station. If I say it enough times, I'll eventually get used to saying it. Well, this place looks very hospitable. Also, wasn't Gludro supposed to wait? Okay, let's actually eat some food here. Oh, that's the emotes. Oh, I thought these was 1 and 2. Let me fix those. I thought those were 1 and 2. Yeah, so that should be food, and this is determination, vitality, and critical hit. And let's just go and eat this because I only have 1 of them. And then I'll move this one down. How do I move down? Oh, move. I haven't actually used this at all since they added it. Okay, let's head on in there. Remember my tank stance. My father must have come here for a reason. It looks like he was trying to create some sort of monster or something. It's like everything seems to be super electrified. I thought I should have started sprinting before that. Don't remember how to play this game. Haven't played in a while. Oh, yeah, Wokolomon tends to be the one that does, steals the LB. Alright, I need to move the party list over. I don't think I've actually done an instance since I've gotten my new monitor. That can't be right. I had to have done at least 1 instance since then. It's been like 2 months. Also, could you stop walking on top of me? I'm trying to stack you up. I'm trying to like stack them up. They just keep on walking on top of me. Like, I'm trying to stack them all on top of the big guy so that we can hit all of them. Oh right, Cryle stuns, doesn't she? I don't actually want that. No, I guess it's fine sometimes.
I have you.
Yes, I know you have me, Alphinaud. Okay, let me fix that, move the party list over just a little bit, because that's gonna annoy me with just how close it is there. That's still a little bit close. Let's do a little bit more. Move it down 1 pixel. Move it up 1. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. Let's keep on going. Hello, sirs. Or, well, I guess I don't know if you're sirs or not. Looks more like you're, well, like, I guess you do have some wood. I'm so funny. Also, they're back to the regular 2-pull dungeons, which I would much prefer over whatever they did in, what they did in Origenics, where you basically where they had, like, where you fought 1 enemy at a time. And they kind of did it in Alexandria as well.
You cannot stop us.
Which was it was just kind of a silly design, like I don't know if they were trying to, like, mix things up, because people do complain about the 2-pull dungeons. I don't mind them because usually they make the 2 pulls enough where you need enough so where you need mitigation, but not so much where it's like a difficult to do. But I think that's what people want. I think that's what people want, is that they want to be able to set the difficulty themselves, depending on how good the tank and the healer are. So like if you wanna do like a Mount Gulg pull, you can do a Mount Gulg pull. Just keep in mind that if you die, it's your own fault, and I think that's a better way to design dungeons, but it's not as noob friendly. So that if you want to, you can do 2 pulls at a time, but you're not forced to do it. Let the players be the judge of what they can and can't do, even if it means they fall flat on their face sometimes. Alright, here's the first boss. Looks like we got Limblum Zugnal. I don't know what the heck, how you're supposed to pronounce that. Alright, they usually do a raid wide. Alright, party wide? Yeah, for the first pull, so Shake It Off works. Gore. I don't think I want to be standing in front of him for that. Caber Toss. This looks like it's going to be fun. Oh, okay. That's not near as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's not too bad. And then he's going to jump over there. We probably don't want to be near that. Oh, okay. Yep. Let's do Bloodwetting, heal myself up. Yeah, he's gonna head that direction again, so let's not stand in front of him. Oh, okay. Gotta get rid of these. That's a bit different.
Now I'll show you.
I mean, it just adds, I guess. Okay. I can get back to hitting the boss. Looks like he's probably going to do raid wide at the end of that. Make sure you shake it off. Probably just use it now. Gonna gore that rock again. Try and stay in melee range the whole time. Gotta get maximum uptime. Yeah, that's gonna be another big hit, but I can greed one more, I think. Yeah, I can. That was more than enough. Nope, don't stand there. Come on, Wilcomot, you gotta get better at greeting. I guess this is an example of where you would, where having ranged characters would technically make this a bit faster. But, I mean, like, come on. They're NPCs. They're gonna take forever no matter what. There we go. Let's get some gear. And, of course, it gives me something I can't use. Actually, no, I can use that. And I haven't gotten around to try doing any of the relic weapons for Dawn Trail. Like, obviously, I've had the quest in my inventory forever, but I haven't done, not that one, I haven't done any of the steps on it. Oh, right now we're actually in the field station. Let's see what's going on. Oh, and we get attacked. No surprises there. We're in a dungeon after all. Gotta remember to keep aggro on these because they, oh man, they got zombies? Oh, that's not good. Oh, I forgot about that. I actually need to heal.
Try this.
This is where I would want Alizé to LB. This would be a perfect time for a mage LB. Kryl. Oops, I used the wrong attack there. Why did I switch to single target? My brain just, like, fried. Should probably just use Vengeance. Or Damnation now. It used to be called it's Damnation after level whatever. 92. Because they added, not only does it do the stuff that Vengeance did, but it also adds a regen. Yeah, this would have been a perfect time for Kryl to LB, but because I decided to take Alizé, not take Alizé, which was an intentional choice. We ended up not getting an efficient LB. Oh well. Let's keep on going. Oh, another treasure chest. Oh, healing, yeah. Don't need any healing food. Now food? Gear. Hello, sir. You look lovely today. You know, Mr. Giant Corpse. Okay, now let's actually remember to use some mitigation this time. Because if I hadn't been watching quite as close, of course, they left. That's the only thing that I find annoying with the NPCs is that it's very easy for them to pull aggro. Well, no, I guess two things. One is that they pull aggro very easily, and then the other is that they don't do very much damage. And full health. It's so ridiculous. Just pop one bloodwetting and then you get full health. I should really just, again, I should just use Damnation. I shouldn't, like, I should just use that first. But the thing is, you get more payoff from with Reprisal and Arm's Length if you use them actually on a pack. Because obviously you can't use Arm's Length on a boss. So like I'm tempted to use them on I'm just always tempted to use it on packs first and then hold on to Damnation until another thing. But the thing is, you still technically get more payoff if it mitigates more damage. So I should just use it. There we go. Another treasure chest right there. Kind of a weird place to put it. Another healing item, yeah, because I can definitely use that. Oh, right, who we're facing now? Overseer guy, yes. Okay, now they're doing it. Yes, this is like, I could use Damnation because I get a much bigger mitigation from that for a single attack. I'm gonna say Free Spirits is probably array wide, or no, it's probably gonna do, yeah, it's gonna be doing some annoying mechanics here. And animation locked. That's gonna get a lot of players for sure. Because the way that it draws those circles makes it a lot more tricky to watch where everything is. It's easy, it's pretty easy to dodge, but it seems like the hitboxes are much bigger than they actually are. Or like it's covering a lot more area because they overlap the animation, so it makes it look like you can't stand
You'll not
anywhere.
escape this.
But if you get used to, okay, that's how this is gonna work. Okay. I can't shake it off, so hopefully Alphino's shields are good enough. And I took no damage because of his, guess what? His shields were good enough. Yeah, I figured that was gonna be a raid wide. I should hold on. I should have held on to shake it off, or maybe just used it earlier. I don't know. It doesn't matter that much. Okay, free spirits is not a raid wide. It's just the crazy attack that it trip people up. So the trick with this is like you just make sure you don't stand there, and then make sure you don't stand there, and just keep it in a thing. Because they overlap the animations, it might make it seem like you have to dodge a lot more than you really do. Oh, I guess I should have held on to the stack marker for this part, or the shake it off for the stack marker here. It doesn't matter that much. I'm over optimizing normal content. Yeah, this is where I want to use damnation. Because this gives a full-on 40%. Yeah, by 40%, then this is only 20%. So on a single attack, damnation would be better use than using just like the 10 or 20%. Whereas like reprisal applies to every enemy that it hits, same with arm's length. But you can also make I guess you make the same case that this 40% is technically applied to all the damage that's done on you, so I guess that doesn't really matter. Hello, moles and stone. That's not what I meant when I was talking about you were stoned. Spritey Feobad. Whatever the heck that means. I thought it was a landslide. I was gonna make a joke about the Eden Titan fight. Alright, now let's try and stack everything up a little bit better. Another thing that's a little bit annoying with these, what are they called again? These two-pack fights is that you tend to get into a really small arena like this kind of deal, which makes it really hard to actually move around.
You'll not escape this.
And so, like, if you get attacked, you might, like, it's gonna end up covering like the entire area of the arena that you're fighting in. And I'm gonna animation my lock myself on that. So like you gotta make sure you're like in a corner and then you move to the other corner. And hope that you don't just drop everything on your on the rest of the party. I thought I was targeting this guy. Here we go. Now can we really let through? Something's wrong. Don't rush ahead. What? Yeah, I'd say something's wrong. Considering all of the rocks here are alive, I have to say something is wrong. I almost let myself die there. But then I just, you know, use bloodwetting, get to full health. Again, I should probably just go ahead and use damnation. I'll do that after this bloodwetting. that once the auto attacks start coming back through from that guy. Should also try like stunning those people who are interrupting them occasionally. Because that also reduces damage taken. I guess there's not that much of a point of stacking up all the enemies if I'm with NPCs, because they're not going to do any AoE. There we go. Let's see what wild stuff is going on here. That doesn't look normal, as Gul'Ja said. I think that's what he said. What is that? He looks friendly. Trollvadrol. Loony Pati. How lovely. Let's head on over there. After we get this treasure coffer. Get some more material. At least that's crit material, right? No, that's determination. Well, it's still usable. I'm gonna pet it. That's not how you spell pet. You gently pat the loony Pachi. Anyway, let's kill it. Raging Claw. You probably shouldn't stand in front of that. Is he gonna... Do we need to move back over to the other side? Nope. He's just gonna hit really hard. A loaf? You don't look like a cat. Okay, just a raid wide. Should have used Shake It Off there. Okay, so there's one going there, and then it's gonna hop over there. Oh, that's how that works. Okay. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, so let's stand over here. This should be safe. Or, this should be safe. See, Alpha Node, I can do shields too. Look, mine isn't greeting enough. Clearly a fake DPS. Yeah, it was on the inside first. This has been an interesting fight. I mean, it's just dodging a bunch of stuff, but then again, that's like all fights, right? Probably shouldn't stand where it's all gluey. Oh, yeah, definitely shouldn't stand where it's all gluey. You know, I could probably take it, but let's just move over to the other side and do the mechanic cope. Okay, that scared me for a second. Oh, let's not go that way. And every time my character turns like that, it just scares me for a second. Raging Claw. Okay, we're gonna get more of the same. Just with no area to run around. I guess I'll tank this guy's thanks. I should have moved to the other side, obviously. Sonic Howl. That seems like it's a raid wide. Yeah. Sonic Howl again. At least Alpha Node's got the shield for us.
You cannot stop us.
Yeah, Alpha Node, that was kind of given. Slabber, that doesn't sound sanitary. Beastly Roar. Let's see if I can get a couple more hits in. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't agree to that hard. Oh, and it's coming this side. Use Thrill of Battle, make sure I don't die. And I'm fine. You know, because tank and warrior. Yeah, so then I should go on the other side like this. Plus, this aims them away from me anyway. Let's use a Reprisal to reduce the damage a tiny bit. Sonic Howl I already have on, probably should have tried to heal Wilkelamon. Okay, good, Wilkelamon's actually LBing. There we go. That went well. Now what the heck is that thing? Hopefully we get a little bit of an explanation. Let's open the treasure coffer. Healing! Man, they just really want to give me healing stuff. I mean, I guess I can use the healing stuff, so I'll just put it over here. Alright, let's head on out. See what the heck this place even is.
For all the talk of my brother felling this beast, he only imprisoned it, like Vali Armanda.
Then we
From
beat
what I
it.
could tell, they sought to transfer people's souls and memories into bestial vessels at that facility. The Tural Vidral explains the need for a remote location. It was doubtless their prime subject. Though I expect Zoralja did not foresee the opportunities it presented when he imprisoned the creature.
Oh, migraine time.
And so, in order to prevent the breakdown of the individual, I instead seek to transfer their soul into the body of the beast.
This would allow one to wield the power of a Tural Vidral.
In theory, our initial experiments will involve lesser creatures. But in time, I am confident we will be able to bring even the mightiest under our control.
That definitely doesn't sound like mad scientist
And
talk.
what becomes of those who offer their souls?
As they won't be able to return to their original forms, we must consider them lost. But the sacrifice will be worthwhile, for the army you stand to gain will far surpass any composed of mechanical soldiers.
Very well. Recruit volunteers and begin at once.
Get volunteers.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall return to the observatory and see to the necessary preparations.
Oh.
So, you've given him permission?
Teshalja, you will assist Kaniloka. As one of the Land's Guard's finest chirurgeons, your knowledge may be of use in his experiments. You will also watch him closely. In what you learn, you will report to me. You object to his project? Or are you incapable of performing this duty?
No, Your Majesty. Whether we shelter within the dome or expand beyond it, we require great power. But with no one to rely upon, we must take that power for ourselves, even if the means are questionable. I will do as you command. But if Kaniloka's work bears fruit, I wish to beg a boon.
What do you desire?
Something that I had accepted I would never have in Tuliyollal. That I believed would forever be beyond me. That it was foolish to covet. But here and now, it is close. So very, very
Ma'am,
close.
I think you should reevaluate your decisions.
Perform your duty to my satisfaction, and anything you desire is yours.
Okay, I was thinking, Gulja was a, product of, what's the right? I don't remember.
What I seek does not lie within this dome. Here, I cannot prove the miracle.
Oh no, it's very much in the dome.
If what you seek is at hand, then you may claim it, for it has no value to me.
Okay, yeah, so she is just literally someone unimportant that was obsessed with Zeralja. Got it. And that's why Zeralja doesn't care about him, because he didn't care about her.
Are you alright?
Yeah, just the usual migraine. Then what happened to her? It seems like she wanted the kid. Or maybe she just wanted Zeralja.
Teishelja. Could she be my mother?
Like the people in the outskirts said, few Mamulja lived in Yasulani. I can't imagine many other Ubigo women were trapped in the
Yeah, his mother has to be
That being the
Hubigo.
case, she could well be the one.
This observatory Kaniloka returned to, could it not be part of the research facility? We might learn something about Teishelja there.
That's where we're going next then.
I guess that's where we're going next then. In the next part, well, let's go and talk to everyone and then wrap this one up. Now that the danger is behind us, it started sinking in just how unsettling this place is. Just now? You're just noticing how unsettling this place is? Okay. Hard to believe it used to be a village. That you should be able to peer into the Trollvidrol's past. Wonder what that implies for the beast's consciousness while it was sealed away. It seems that Kaniloka was in charge here. From your recounting, he is quite dedicated to Zeralja, and so was Teishelja. The villagers were likely monitoring the imprisoned Trollvidrol at Zeralja's behest. At some moment, they become involved in the research of souls. Teishelja, you said her name was? I wonder what her story is. Well, it seems like she was a Zeralja simp. Sorry, Gulja. I wish I could see into the past like you. No, you don't, kid. These migraines are very unpleasant and inconvenient. Then I could see people who were gone. Because there aren't any Mamulja women here. For a long time, I couldn't even imagine what my mother looked like. But when I visited Tuliyollal and saw some, I was finally able to picture her in my mind. And one day, I hope I can see what she actually looked like. Well, she looked like a female Bonewa. Yeah, let's get the tenacity just for the memes. Now I'll get skill speed, because that's actually useful. I'll enter, yeah, trusts. Alright, I think that's all we're gonna do for now. Yeah, then 1, 2, yeah, then we'll do 4 quests next time. Which I plan on hopefully doing that on Monday when I'm off. Because Sunday I'm gonna try and get more work done and like do some other stuff. But that's gonna be all for today. We got through the first 3 of the 7 quests. And we got through the Yesawatani, whatever the heck the name of the field station was. And that's gonna be all for today. And until next time, goodbye.